Okay, good Friday. Friday, July the 16th, 2021. This is Mr. Bilota with you with a video message, if you will. Just trying to have some fun with using sport as an anecdote, if you will, a very creative way, sometimes hostile way of communicating our thoughts via cartoons and other types of impressions. And many of you are giving me an impression of your goals in the near future, which I'm very satisfied to read about and to understand what GLC students like yourselves are thinking in terms of course expectations and what you envision for your own future endeavors. Having said that, my intention and goal, no pun intended, is just to provide some clarity regarding next steps of your online e-learning course. As you see my screen, I'm obviously letting you know that many of you are signing in, and I'm just taking a note of your attendance unofficially during the month. Many of you are on track every day, signing in and completing work, and there's no problems. Some students are logging in and out of the course shell because of their schedule demands. Some of you have part-time jobs, or you're on vacation, or whatever the issue may be. The only concern about attendance is those students who have not logged in since June 30th, and there's at least 5 or 6 consecutive days that they're inactive, and those students will have to be emailed, and a reply is required regarding your status in the course. But for the most of you, you're all on your way. You've submitted most of the coursework, and that's what I just want to summarize and highlight for some of you with regards to frequently asked questions. I've sent an email already today with 4 reminders regarding your next steps. But clearly, I want to use this opportunity to provide a video account of what is expected in the final 2 weeks of this course. So, as always, please consider our national anthem, prayer, and land acknowledgement, and self regulate at the start of your workday online. Many of you have replied to all of the daily announcements and provided your words and reflections to your portfolio. I will see those items properly labeled in your portfolio, and you'll be credited for those submissions with regards to replying and providing a discussion about the significance of each of the daily announcements as they relate to my stories and experiences as an educator, as a parent, and as an employee working part time. And using these examples hopefully resonated with you in some respect, in some regard, which I've read about in your portfolios. So, education is a lifelong journey, I hope, for many of us as we continue to pursue our goals, be it high school, college, university, the world of work. There's always something to do and perfect and make better. And so I hope you appreciated those announcements. And just I want to tell you there are no more that are expected of you in terms of watching and reflecting about. So the last one was about Pope Francis and his perspective on faith and how the importance of sport and athleticism is in our daily lives. And through sport, we can, challenge a lot of obstacles that come our way and make ourselves stronger mentally, physically, and as also socially. And I started off this announcement with a cartoon impression of the World Cup. Final moments of the Italy versus England game, because I did that on purpose. I hope nobody got offended by it. It was just a fun way of providing a narrative. Some severe misunderstandings, or I guess I like to use the word not respectful ways did occur after the conclusion of that championship game, and it's unfortunate that the world in many ways is still stuck in a very old time, and we need to grow and become better as individuals, as communities alike. And if it's a game of soccer that can help do that, well, we need to be better than just the soccer game and its final results. We need to continue championing our skills every day of our lives. And anyway, Pope Francis does talk about his I guess. Perspectives of what sport can do for young people, and I know many of you are involved in extracurriculars and sports on your own time. And my daughter just started playing house league soccer this month, and we're going on a journey with her so that we can see her grow and excel and learn the game from um, you know being a 6 year old, understanding what it means to play a game with rules with other people. And she had her first game yesterday, and it was exciting to watch and observe um, what she was doing, what she was saying, and how she was collaborating with her fellow soccer teammates. So I hope you all have something to do this summer, given the hardships we've encountered, and you're outdoors enjoying that time. So again, that's the last announcement that was posted July 15th. Many of you have completed these announcements daily, and your portfolio is already up, reflecting these submissions, and you will be credited for each of them out of a score of 20 points or no more than 10% of your final grade. Okay, so announcements are done, and those students who didn't complete these items, well, you're going to use the next little time left to catch up and represent your portfolios with these submissions in due time. Okay, so if you've already completed all your daily announcements, you're ahead of the game. Assignments. Okay, assignments so far, your midterm running average was only based on three items from Unit 1, which included all the places you will go, passport to who I am, and your assignment destination. Okay, and some students are submitting these items later for whatever reason. Those marks will be processed shortly, but those majority of you, have submitted these three assignments, and it's a score out of 30. And if you completed them, it's not surprising to see if some of you got 30 out of 30 and are maintaining a running average of 100%. Okay, now keep in mind those are just three items that were calculated. We still have Unit 2 reflection that is now past due and has been submitted, and I have to numerically score and rate your reflection on how do you deal with a bad day or stress. And the last item is your personal budget, which represents Unit 4. So essentially, for the remaining Units 2, 3, and 4, requires you to read the content that it suggests. Okay. For you to follow along. Okay, and most of you should be on Units 2 and 3. Hopefully Unit 3, and you're on your way to reading about Unit 4. But anywhere in the reading where it asks you to provide a reflection or comment or fill out some aspect, a chart, you have to do that and then submit those items to your portfolio as evidence that you've read and you've completed your thoughts about these items. And majority of you have done so already and have submitted to your portfolio properly labeled items from Units 2, 3, and 4, where they prompt you to submit to your portfolio accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for these items in your portfolio, which will also be scored at the end, and you can see the score and weights in the grade section of D2L. I want to spend some time talking about Unit 4, which requires, most of you are going to spend the rest of the time in this course looking at financial literacy. And this is the newer part of the curriculum that was updated last year for the careers course. And it's a very useful chapter or unit of study as the GLC course ties in very nicely to some grade 12 economics courses that some of you may pursue at a later time. But after you read each tab and wherever they prompt you to consider and reflect about, please submit to your portfolio, including what is considered costs after high school assignment. Okay, which essentially just using a T-chart to understanding the difference between your needs and wants, and a cost analysis of what expenses you will incur as a result of graduating from high school eventually and pursuing post-secondary goals and even the world of work for some of you. Okay, so what is financial literacy in terms of making it real? Read the content, listen to the video resources that are provided to you throughout Unit 4, and essentially after you finish after you finish reading and compiling your thoughts and some reflections for Unit 4, it asks you to come up with a budget. And the resources are provided here include videos and some listening that describe what a budget is, what it considers, and why we should, at least look into and acknowledging the costs and benefits associated with not only your own education, but even items that you may want to purchase in the near future. And they can be anything from your own education, investing, to purchasing a vehicle, any high order good, such as a dwelling. You need to consider the costs associated with even getting to work or getting to school on a daily basis. And so the budget assignment is a reflection, a way for you to communicate using tools such as an Excel spreadsheet or even the online budget planner tool that I provided in the tab in Unit 4 that is from the Government of Canada, as you should consider, total costs of doing anything really in your lives, and not depending on so much, family every day of our lives. There will come a point in time in your lives where you have to take the responsibility, if not already, to exercise some financial literacy and discipline. And so I think Unit 4 encompasses what the new curriculum for the GLC course is about: understanding financial literacy, and of course representing the truths and examples of what is it that you want and need with regards to being successful at the business of living here in Canada, and education is part of that formula. I hope training as well, and many of you have illustrated and demonstrated to me in your assignments that you're considering occupations in the professional realm, all the way through blue collar trades, and there's so much value in each of those examples that I was fortunate to read about many of you pursuing or wanting to pursue in the near future. The medical fields, to nursing, to education, to trades like electrician and plumbers, and the list goes on and on. But it's truly what you want to do that will be the difference in your lives. And essentially, we do need people in our lives to support us, and they can, range from your teachers to your parents and guardians to your neighbors and your own community in many ways, right? I think we can all celebrate like the European Cup Championship teams as they practiced and have encountered their own obstacles during their training, and even injuries for some of them. but they found the resilience to pursue and become excellent in many ways. And that's not just for the winning team. Each team that was participating in this tournament, in many ways, have achieved success. But it's ongoing. It continues, and you need to continue to perfect and become better as persons, as people. We want to belong, become, and be better at what we are intended to do. And your job as a student is just that, right? You're exercising some skills. In this course, especially being a course that's online or from an e-learning platform, many of you have not worked this like this in many ways. It's the first time, so you're getting used to it. But still, the results on my end clearly suggest many of you are very good at self-regulating, and you have initiative, and you're communicating results, which I see in terms of numerics and metrics. But that's just from my teacher perspective. For you as a student, Unit 4, this is a time to consider what the content is telling you, and to use examples in your communication. It could be a video, it could be a spreadsheet, it could be an animation of your personal budget for the future, and consider all of these bullets that are listed below, such as what your current or your anticipated future income may be. You'll start thinking about how much a store manager will earn, how much a medical doctor will earn, and it's not just about earnings. There's a lot more that comes with your future income, especially the costs of pursuing and completing those desired goals. So, thinking about material costs, tuition, apprenticeship fees, uniforms, tools that your job may require you to have and invest in. For example, I have relatives who are auto mechanics, and they have well over $100,000 worth of tools that they've invested in over their years working. And these are costs that you may not have known come with certain occupations. Okay, but tuition especially is one that resonates with all of us. What living and monthly expenses you are expecting? Does that involve your cell phones, your rent, your needs and your wants? Because you have to prioritize what is it that you really need to get to your final destination, and what is it that you want. Sometimes they do conflict. And considering what your goals are, your Unit 4 budget may outline certain government financial assistance that is available to you. Maybe some of you can research if your desired program comes with scholarships and other types of financial opportunities. How about bursaries and other awards? How would you consider support from your family and community during the process? And will there be costs associated with perhaps your long-term goals? Maybe many of you will take volunteer opportunities, and you should consider that time as an investment as well. Whether or not you're going to be working part-time or full-time during high school to save money for your post-secondary plans, that's going to vary with each and every one of you. Certainly from my perspective, I had a part-time job while I was in high school, and it did many of my earnings went to pay my education or tuition. But of course, I was living at home with my parents at the time. They didn't charge me rent as long as I was a nice boy and I was respectful. Just like World Cup soccer players, they wear on their uniforms a symbol of respect or a logo that says respect. I hope that you find the respect in what it is that you want to do in the future, and hopefully it helps someone else, and not only yourselves but the people around you as well. Okay, so it's just a way for me to communicate asynchronously using this video message for today. You can continue emailing me any of your inquiries or concerns. Just keep in mind that some of you are panicking because you saw your averages or your running averages, and it may have missed one item because I didn't publish the grade yet. Some people are submitting work much later, past due, and of course I have to go back and process those items. Okay, so unless you received an email from me that says that you're at risk, and I did send out these emails to those students who have not submitted any work at all, have not collaborated with me or sent me an email, and I don't know whether or not they're active in this course or not. The rest of you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're completing your work, you're submitting it to your portfolios, and of course the portfolio is a depot area where I'm going to go and see copies of your assignments that you've worked on, as well as all your reflections and submissions. And of course, each of you have, should have the same total of items. And many of you are well underway to represent your portfolio in an organized fashion of all the expectations and learning goals that you were introduced to and represented in your assignments. Your portfolio will resonate with me once I get through them, and I'll also credit you for your efforts there. Okay. It's Mr. Balada saying that's all for today, July the 16th. Okay. Please enjoy your weekends, and I will be away from my laptop, and we'll be back on Monday morning to address any issues or inquiries you may have. Have a great weekend, everyone.